Are you rooting this weekend? Do you want a certain outcome to happen?
Yes, only because I feel like there is a very slim outside chance Oregon makes the playoff.
Okay, let's hear this
I need
scenario.
Iowa to win.
Yep.
I need Georgia to win. I need Oklahoma State to lose. I need Cincinnati to lose.
Yep.
And then we'd pretty much be in. That's
okay.
a lot of losing.
So if that scenario plays out, Georgia's in.
Yep.
And they're the only one who's in for sure.
Yeah.
Then there's a big debate. So you got Baylor at 11-2 with the conference championship, Oregon 11-2 conference championship, Iowa 11-2 conference championship, and Cincinnati only with one loss but no conference championship. They're not getting in. Notre Dame 11-1.
And Ohio State 10-2, no conference title. Michigan State 10-2, no conference title. But then Oregon has that win over Ohio State. Iowa has that win over Michigan. It'd be really interesting, and I think we'd have a chance.
Sure, you would.
I think we'd have a pretty good chance to at least get the 4th spot. If I could see Iowa above us because Michigan would probably be rated a little higher, but maybe because their loss was more recent, they wouldn't be, or I don't know how it would work. But I think that's our only chance at the playoff, and it's literally our only chance at the playoff is mayhem.
Yeah, basically needing
favorites to
all
lose.
that to happen, and then the discussion, if I'm getting all this in, is 3 teams for 2 spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we would most likely get picked over at Baylor.
Baylor does not have a marquee win. They have good wins, really good wins. Oklahoma State's good, but
the Utah win would look good at this point too because they're ranked 17th right now.
Yeah.
And then you have the Ohio State win.
And you're also avenging
your only loss. Throw back to 2014. We avenged our loss to Arizona and got in. Avenging your loss helps a lot.
Which, again, Baylor would be doing the same thing, however.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, and I think we would get in, but I don't think that happens, but I'm rooting for it to happen. I will root for it every day of the week.
Yeah, and probably need Georgia to win decidedly. I think Alabama's still going to get a lot of play in that room of 13 people if they lose by a touchdown.
Even though they've struggled with everybody.
Georgia is consensus number 1. There is no question. Everybody's locked in on Georgia, and Alabama plays them to a close game.
See, but then you could throw in the argument of Georgia's the overall number 1, but they've done so feasting on a weakened Florida team, a Clemson team that ended up being unranked, pushing them to the limit. There's nothing that if Alabama does keep it close with them, it's okay, well, they could argue Alabama's that really good team, or they could argue maybe Georgia wasn't as big of a gap as we thought.
They could.
Georgia's still number 1, but maybe that gap isn't astronomical like a lot of us believe it is.
The best team Georgia has played this year is either Clemson or Arkansas.
Yeah.
Up until Saturday.
Yeah, up until they play Alabama.
Yeah.
If Oregon played that schedule and was about to play their Pac-12 title again, they'd probably be the ranked 8th coming into this week. Don't know how. They'd find a way though. They'd be ranked 8th coming into the week.
But it's also the quality of play. They're limiting teams to
they're blowing
6
them
points
out.
a game.
They're blowing them out.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, and that's if it wasn't for that, I would be rooting for Michigan because I want to see obviously I like covering sports, and Michigan gets a little bit more interaction than Iowa will ever get. And I don't know, Oklahoma State, Baylor, neither of them move the needle for me. Cincinnati's been really fun to watch. I wish I could watch Notre Dame lose this weekend. I would love to watch Georgia just trounce Alabama too. That'd be fun. I would love it. I'm excited for that September matchup between Oregon and Georgia to kick off the year.
And I don't know if you share this opinion, but Notre Dame needs to decidedly be in the playoff. They should have to overplay their schedule because they don't play in a conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
It should be clear cut.
There should be there's no supporting argument for them getting in the playoff this year. The best team you beat is probably USC.
Purdue.
Yeah, it's someone like that.
And Purdue's better than USC. That's their best win. I think that's their best win, right?
Yeah, and they lost
Wisconsin. Purdue or Wisconsin.
Yeah, one of those teams. And it's just like at that point, it's like, why? If we kept UCF out, why are we putting them in? It just wouldn't make sense because, I don't know.
Especially if Cincinnati loses and they get knocked out. There's no way Notre Dame. How can Notre Dame be in with a worse record than Cincinnati and losing at home to Cincinnati by 2 scores?
Mm-hmm.
How do you put them in?
And that game ended up closer than we all thought it was going to be too. It was looking bad to start off.
Yeah.
So it's really weird, and it's been a really interesting season. It's been really fun, and I love it. I'm just holding on to that thread, this little string of hope that Oregon makes the playoff. The string's about as big as that black line in between us.